Good afternoon, everyone. We are Vici and Christina, and we are here to unveil Real Talk. So to begin, we'd like for you to experience our current prototype. And now we'd like for you to hear from some of the teens that we worked with in North Carolina and Texas who helped to design Real Talk.
Personally, it seems like a good place you can go to virtually to talk about your problems rather than saying them in person, because some people really don't have the confidence to, talk to your parents about this stuff. So this is a good place you can come to get advice. Like basically what's going on, this could happen to us like in our future lives. So this is a good place to go to get advice on what to do in certain situations.
Also, I had when we were working in the focus group for this app, I had came up with the idea of like the guys on one side of the screen and then it was split, and then females, and it was a purple line. And they actually took my idea into consideration, and they made it better because now you can actually see exactly who is in the foster care. You can actually see how parents feel about certain situations.
This app, it has real stories, people going through the same thing, and I think it would be cool to see that I wasn't alone.
Real Talk is a mobile app that uses daily stories instead of traditional health messages to help middle school students learn about sexual health topics. All of our stories are written from multiple perspectives and are presented as text message conversations. We aim to build a delightful and engaging mobile app that will transform sex education through storytelling for middle school students all across the country. We plan to launch Real Talk in the next 12 months and engage 1,000 users. And our goal today is to secure the $25,000 competition prize in addition to your endorsement and support to turn the prototype that you just saw into a reality. Today we'll walk you through Real Talk's innovation, our proof of market, competitive advantage, go-to-market strategy, and financials before opening it up to Q&A. Next, I'll talk about Real Talk's innovation, but first I want to focus on our team. Each of us have lived and worked for many years in rural and low-income communities that have limited access to sex education and high rates of teen pregnancy. We're deeply committed to finding an innovative solution that will help to address this problem. Our team has also shown that we can effectively apply our skills, secure resources, and execute quickly towards our vision of improving sex education. In the past 6 months, we've experienced rapid growth, going from a preliminary concept to building an impressive network of partners that currently include the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, IDEO, and countless students and educators all across the country. We're the most capable and committed team to developing and evaluating a project of this scale. Now I'll focus on Real Talk's innovation. First, it's important to know that middle school students like learning from the experiences of others. So we approach sex education through storytelling. And even at these early stages, we've already seen students change what they think and what they do based on the stories that they've read in Real Talk. We're confident that our storytelling approach is superior to anything that currently exists in the sex ed world. Second, traditional sex ed is very gender binary and heteronormative. In contrast, Real Talk provides stories written from multiple gender perspectives and specifically includes stories from LGBTQ teens. Finally, our approach is distinct because we use real stories written by real teens. In a matter of weeks, we've collected over 100 stories from teens all over the country, and currently no other mobile app engages teen voices as effectively as we do. Our cutting-edge approach that uses stories, perspectives, and authentic teen voices will make sex education engaging and more effective for middle school students. Now I'll share with you how we've established proof of market for our product. We know our product is viable based on our extensive user-centered design research and testing. We've conducted 50 prototyping sessions with over 300 teens across Connecticut, North Carolina, and Texas to design the product that you've seen here today. We've built a fully functional web prototype that we actually will test next week using a week-long pilot in order to better understand multi-day engagement. And to test our concept in the wild, we've launched several Instagram ad campaigns where with just about $300, we've generated 1,000 likes on our ads, hundreds of comments, and over 350 user signups from teens that we've never met or even spoken to. We've designed our product to respond directly to student needs and desires, and based on these early successes, we're confident that we can stand out in this market.
Now I'm going to take you through the competitive landscape, our user-centered design process, go-to-market strategy, and financial plan. To showcase how we are filling an unmet need in the market, we've put together this matrix. Our competitors include sex ed websites, mobile apps, in-classroom sex ed, and TV shows. Our competitors do many things well, but the reality is that middle school students are not accessing them. When we asked teens how often they'd visited different sex ed websites, only 1 of the 55 students we talked to had ever even heard of them. However, almost every teen we have ever worked with has their own smartphone and accesses mobile apps every day. By building a mobile app, we are meeting them where they already are. Our main mobile competitors include Juicebox and Vent. When we showed these apps to our students, they told us that they were uncensored, irrelevant, and negative. Real Talk carefully curates every story that ends up in our app, and we take a lot of precautions to make sure that we're maintaining their anonymity. We've differentiated ourselves by creating a safe and positive space for middle school students to engage with sex ed. Now I want to take you through our process. We know we've built a product that our users love, and that's because we have followed a rigorous user-centered design process. A year ago, we had the opportunity to receive training from IDEO, one of the world's leading design firms in human-centered design. We then followed their process all last summer to engage with hundreds of middle schoolers and test many, many prototypes before arriving at our current concept. We were then able to raise funding from the Office of Adolescent Health and this Innovate Health Yale Seed Stage grant. In the last 6 months, we built an amazing board, hired 3 team members, built a fully functional web prototype, and we'll be testing that next week. We've made tremendous progress and have proven that we can both attract and effectively deploy resources towards solving this problem. So let me tell you how we plan to bring Real Talk to market. Our goal by May 2018 is to launch a mobile app and have 1,000 engaged users. The $25,000 from this prize will be instrumental to helping us reach that goal. Like I said, over the next month, our intention is to pilot our mobile prototype with users across North Carolina and Connecticut. We hope to use the insights from those pilots to build a beta version of our app this summer. The $25,000 will fund a full outcome evaluation of that beta. That will help us ensure that we are having a positive impact on students' knowledge, attitudes, and behaviors before we decide to scale. So let me help take you through our plan for financial sustainability. Although we are a nonprofit, our goal is to be 50% funded by earned revenue by the year 2021. We've already had many conversations with potential customers to explore different possible revenue models. For example, the North Carolina Department of Education has already expressed interest in contracting with us to do design thinking training for their entire staff. Separately, Peer Health Exchange, which is a nationally renowned health education nonprofit, is interested in paying us to help them develop stories written by real teens that they can use in their lesson plans. Based on these early conversations, we're confident that we can find a way to diversify our revenue sources and eventually get to financial sustainability. We are committed to launching Real Talk and transforming sex education through storytelling for middle school students across the country. To reach that goal, we require the $25,000 from this competition. However, we also want you to open up your networks to us and help connect us to schools and nonprofits that can eventually spread the word to early adopters. We want you in our space for the next 12 months and beyond, working alongside us to help take Real Talk to its full potential. Thank you, and now we are happy to answer your questions.